My husband only eats off the kids menu and it's ruining our family. Should I divorce him? This is OKOP, home of the craziest stories on earth. I'm Sophia, and should they divorce? Riley, what do you think?
I mean, from a social perspective, if he's the one eating dino nuggets while all the other bro dads are cooking steaks, this isn't looking good. Are they gonna get divorced though?
There's only one way to find out.
Spill that tea!
So, wife says, my husband will only eat chicken nuggets, grilled cheese, and Spaghettios. That's it. When we go over to friends' places, he'll actually bring some Spaghettios to heat up in their microwave instead of eating anything else, even if our friends cooked a wonderful meal. That's crazy. Oh my God. If we go out anywhere to eat, he will only order chicken nuggets off the kids menu. If they don't have them, he just won't eat. If I try to cook literally anything except one of his 3 food groups, he will claim he's allergic to some random ingredient instead of just outright saying he doesn't want to eat it. He'll then try to guilt me for forgetting his allergy. Spoiler, we've been to the doctor and he's not allergic to anything. My husband just turned 36 this month.
36?
That's pretty old for dino nuggets.
And he's eating off the kids menu.
His food habits were sort of cute and acceptable when we were both in college and eating like trash, but now I'm genuinely worried about his health. I also find myself avoiding any sort of dining situations with our friends, which is so much harder than it sounds. I've tried talking to him about his eating habits and he just brushes me off since I don't cook his meals, the only victory I've had in this situation. He doesn't think I have the right to dictate what he can and can't eat, but I mean, he doesn't even cook the meals. It's like reheating, you know, like you put them in the oven. That's not cooking meals, really. I'm not his mother, I'm his wife, but I just want my husband, the man I love, to be healthy. What do I do? What do you think, Riley?
I think you just got to cut it off at the source and make him starve until he eats good food.
He doesn't want to eat it. You can't force him to eat because that's like, he's an adult. He's got to figure that out. But also at some point that's going to catch up to him health wise.
My question is why is he only eating this food? Is there...
Well, yeah. Is he just cause sometimes, people have if you have autism, you only want to eat certain foods.
Gotcha.
And so you have safe foods and stuff. So maybe there's underlying reasons, but also I understand the point of view of wanting your partner to be healthy.
Yeah.
But also the problem of not wanting to go out with your friends because your husband.
Yeah. The social aspect.
Yeah. I think that's where the underlying, because I feel if you're just not, just complaining about eating at home, but when you're trying to eat out with your friends. But there's more. We met when I was 19 in my sophomore year of college. We got married after graduation and moved in together after. I didn't realize how strict his diet was until after we were married. OP also says, thank you for your comments and suggestions. There are so many wonderful comments that it takes me all day to make it through, so I'll try to address them here and then post an update tonight. It does sound like avoidant, restrictive food intake disorder, and I agree that we need counseling. There's a good counseling center nearby that I found last night that offers couples therapy. I want to try them first. I'm going to bring it up to him tonight and really try to explain how much this issue bothers me, and at the very least, we should discuss this with a counselor to find a place where we're both happy. Do you have any thoughts on this?
It's really interesting that they are going to counseling because low key, it does kind of feel like trauma food. Because some people, whenever they are, stressed or whatever, they either eat a lot of food or they don't eat any food. And I feel like him eating this certain types of food, in his head mentally, what's going on?
I feel like he needs to go to therapy specifically before it's couples, or maybe at the same time.
I feel like he might be more accepting if it's couples therapy.
Yeah.
Rather than just going by himself.
Yeah, that's fair. Because then you have a partner to go with.
And it doesn't feel as punishing.
Yeah. But there are some relevant comments.
Oh.
When asked about the age difference and when they started dating, we started dating when I was 19 and he was 32. Wait, hold on. OP said they met when they were 19, but I didn't realize that. Wait, so they've been in this relationship for 4 years.
Oh, wow. So she was 19, he was 32.
Yeah. And now he's 36. So that's kind of crazy. Okay. So timeline is, it's been 4 years of this. When they were in college, he was 32 and eating badly. And now he's 36 and he's still eating badly. And OP says, looking back, I definitely wasn't mature enough for a serious relationship, but he's always been thoughtful and understanding. I never felt pressure to do anything I didn't want to do. Although the age difference was obviously noticeable, it never felt like I was being taken advantage of. Don't worry, I was legal. Yeah, the age gap is a little bit worrisome.
Well, I mean, if he's eating like a kid, then he's basically...
The mindset is a
few years off,
Yeah. And then OP added, we met in college. He went back to get his degree after realizing his career was stagnant. We had a class together and ended up falling in love. Admittedly, I was kind of odd when an older man was interested in me, but he never ever made me feel pressured into anything, even as small as drinking on my 21st birthday. I have a history of severe alcoholism in my family. We ended up going to a nice dance night instead of clubbing. He also completely stopped drinking without any prompting when he realized that I wasn't comfortable being around him when he was drunk. Okay, so he is capable of change. So I feel like,
make another jump, man.
Yeah, just start eating some veggies, do a little cooking night. I don't know, do something fancy.
Sushi's
actually not that hard to make.
What would be like the best food for him to try?
Maybe not sushi. Maybe that's too big of a jump.
Chicken tenders? Instead
Jump
of
from
dino
dino nuggets, we go to chicken tenders. Maybe some like home cut fries.
Ooh.
Yeah, you start small. So we go dino nuggets, chicken tenders, and then a whole
rotisserie chicken.
And then you start throwing some veggies in there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
But there's a juicy update.
Oh.
So I did it. I confronted him when he came home. I brought up ARFID, which he seemed very open to. He seemed sort of relieved that it's a fairly common disorder. Some of you absolutely called it. He explained that he was extremely embarrassed and defensive when I had tried bringing the issue up with him before. When I explained how much it hurt when he shut me down, he seemed genuinely surprised. He had no idea this issue was so important to me. I'll admit I did cry a bit as I told him how worried I am about him eating himself into an early grave. His foods are not healthy, and by the end of our conversation, we both agree to work together to overcome this. We'll be going to couples therapy this weekend at a local clinic. From there, we'll be looking into seeing a dietitian and a specialized counselor for his eating disorder.
Wow.
I'm so glad that they looked into it. That's great.
These are large steps.
Yeah, it's so big. I'm so glad because it seems, like it seemed like a problem, and then they took the steps to go fix it, and he's making changes, which is good.
Yeah. Well, not yet.
Not yet. He's thinking about making changes.
Anything.
He's considered it. Oh, wait, there's a however.
Oh.
Sorry. I called his mother while he was at work. I asked her about his eating habits as a kid, if there were any foods he sort of liked or anything he was really adverse to. I like the idea of making weekly meal prep together so there's no surprises and we can collaborate on slowly introducing new foods. I was hoping this conversation would give me a good starting point when I talked with him. His mother is a very sweet woman and told me all the foods he even sort of would eat and everything he refused to. But she offhand mentioned that he has sensory processing issues due to his autism.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
This tracks.
Yeah. I asked her to elaborate and she did. It turns out he was diagnosed with autism as a kid. He even went to an after-school physical therapist for many years to deal with sensory issues. He never told me any of this. When I spoke with him, I didn't know how to bring it up, so I just didn't. I'm so worried he'll deny it or he'll get angry with me for speaking to his mother behind his back, since he obviously didn't want me to know. Yeah, but I feel like you were just trying to help.
Yeah, you should definitely bring that up. Be like, but just lead with love.
Yeah. Be like, hey, I just found this out, and I'm here for you, and I'm still willing to put in that work to help you.
I don't look at you any differently.
Yeah. I feel like that's fine. I want to stress that I never brought up autism with his mother. She mentioned it all on her own. I feel lied to and manipulated. Not exactly good. I don't know how to bring it up with him because right now I'm just starting to process it. I'm angry that he never told me. His food issues are one thing, but not telling me about his autism and seemingly intentionally keeping it from me, as he didn't bother to mention it today either, is another. It's more and more obvious that the man I married isn't who I think he is, and he's been lying to me for years. Right now, I'm telling myself to wait until counseling this weekend before confronting him. I don't want our conversation to be out of anger, but I also don't know how I could ever trust him again if he was willing to keep such a big secret from me.
Okay, this is my hot take.
Yeah, what's your hot take?
I feel like I might get canceled for this, but if you have autism and you keep it from someone, do you have autism? Hear me out. This is totally wrong, but this is how my brain's tracking.
Where are you going with this?
Please change it. But if I was blind, and I was wanting to keep that from you, it's probably not that severe, but how do you keep something like that from someone, And if you're able to, do you even have that?
I think you can have there's severe and or high functioning and then low functioning. Okay. So I feel like you can have high functioning autism and be able to it's not super obvious.
Okay.
But also it seems like there were a lot of signs, and I don't know if you can be super mad about someone not telling you that they have autism if you notice the signs.
But you've been there for years. How did through the years of them being together for 4 years and being married,
how did that not come up?
Yeah.
That's true. It feels like there was already a lot of issues before, and then it's just becoming harder to manage.
Like the legends before us.
The legends before us?
John and Sam and John.
They always say, what do they say?
There's always, once something big like this happens, there's always little crumbs beforehand of this big meal.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if OP would have been as upset about it if there weren't like the stuff leading up to it. OP also says, I will be bringing this up in counseling, but I'm not going to discuss it with him until then, as I don't want to let my anger and hurt override my desire to help him. As some people stated, it is possible he doesn't know about his autism. I really, really hope that this is the case. I'm hurt not because he has autism. I really couldn't care less. It doesn't change who he is as a person, but rather that he never told me about it. Going back, I feel like that's also a good point because maybe he just doesn't know. Because sometimes like parents find out about these things and just don't tell their children about it.
Okay, I have an okay story time.
Yeah, okay, okay, story time. Oh, at the end? Okay,
yeah,
we're going to come back to it.
About how I believe I have a reading disorder and I didn't know about it until after college. I'll dive into that later.
But there's another juicy update.
Oh my gosh.
These juicy updates keep coming. Well, it's been a lot longer than the 1 week update I promised. I could make excuses, but I won't. Update. I confronted him about my conversation with his mother the night before our counseling appointment. I made sure to bring it up casually so I didn't become angry again. He tried to brush me off at first, saying he didn't know what I was talking about. After talking for a bit, he eventually confessed that he not only knew of the diagnosis, but deliberately kept it from me. He said I was his dream and he didn't want to do anything to ruin our perfect relationship. It's
a little sweet, but
like I understand, but also like the relationship already wasn't perfect. It seems like if they had the counseling stuff going on, like I understand like having that stigma around it and not wanting to, have your partner view you any differently. But I think
like if this was the case, maybe 3 months after you locked it in, like, oh, she's hanging out with me. She likes me for who I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to break this to her.
Like you already know. Yeah. I feel like all the signs of autism might be already apparent.
Yeah.
I explained how him keeping this from me hurt me. I explained how I could have been there to support him instead of feeling like he needed to hide. He said he wasn't ashamed of it at all. He explained that it's just not something that affects him anymore. I again explained how it affects me, but he didn't seem to care. I didn't show the post I made, but I used some of the advice from you all to try and explain why his autism really does, in fact, still affect his life. We went to bed upset. Oh, yeah.
That's never a good sign.
Yeah, no, never go to bed upset. Talk it out. The next day, he acted like nothing happened. We ate breakfast, he had chicken nuggets, and went about our day. I kept expecting him to bring it up, but he never did. I didn't have the nerve to bring it up again until later at the marriage counselor's office. I spoke to the counselor so as not to seem accusing and explained that this was an issue that bothered me. My husband actually laughed and said he assumed I'd gotten over it by now. When I explained that no, I really hadn't, he got angry with me and stormed out. The counselor tried to mediate, but it wasn't much use as my husband went to wait in the car. I was worried he'd leave without me, so I cut the meeting short. Our ride home was quiet. It wasn't until we got home that I said I was worried he was keeping other things from me too. He said he'd been reading online about how women can't understand autism. What? And therefore he didn't think it was important to tell me about it. Where was he reading this? Women have autism too. I don't like that. That's all I'm going to say. I said that was the weakest excuse I'd ever heard. He then said that I'd leave him if I knew. I said if I left him, it'd be because he's a liar.
Ooh.
Whoa, it's getting dramatic. She wasn't going to leave him. Like, she seems like she's pretty cool with him having autism, which as she should be. But yeah, no, the lying is, it seems like he's just getting really defensive now, and that's making it harder. Apparently, he told all of our mutual friends that he'd just been diagnosed with autism, and I was considering leaving him because of it. Oh my God. Now he's just lying. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Now he's lying, and he's lying even more.
Ooh,
that's not good. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's definitely a red flag.
That's a red flag. That's another red flag.
He's in a hole and he's trying to dig himself out. Yeah. But he's just going even deeper.
He's just making it even worse. Like, she's trying to help.
But if he's ignored it for this long, he may have convinced himself that he doesn't have it.
Yeah. Well, it seems like he's like, oh, well, it doesn't affect my life anymore.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, it kind of does. And I'm not saying that's like, I just want to help. Like, we can try and work through this.
Like, none of these things are bad. It's just like you have to approach it all differently. Everything.
No, I think it's less about like, I'm leaving you because, or like, I want to leave you because of the problems that, like, or these problems. Mm-hmm. It's more like you don't even want to accept that like any of these things affect me. This is kind of tough. Now, many of our friends won't talk to me and act very cold when we run into each other in public. I don't know what else he's told them, but I think he told someone I cheated on him, as a fake account has been commenting horrible things about me and my supposed sexual habits on all of my Instagram posts. I keep reporting them, but then it seems like another just pops up in its place. Oh my God. This is getting worse and worse. No, this is, at this point, I don't think that you can go back from this.
Yeah.
Like, at this point, if he's lying about you to his friends, that's just like really immature.
Lying to you and then like rumors are spreading.
Like, you were just trying to help and like support him. and now he's just spreading rumors. Yeah. I haven't decided if divorce is the right path. I know he's been browsing incel and other bitter male-centric websites, we called it. One of his friends is a self-described incel. Who describes themselves as an incel?
Proud incels do.
Proud incels. Why? Don't do that. That's weird. So I'm even more convinced that this isn't the man I married. I'm mostly just confused. I've been avoiding him at home and it feels like more of a roommate situation at this point. He doesn't really leave his den until it's time for work and then he's back in the den until bed. It seems like everything is messed up just from me wanting to help. I don't even know what to expect at this point, much less how to move on from here. I think that like at this point, like it seems like he doesn't want to work through the relationship. He's lying about you to your friends.
Yeah.
And so now your friends are like being mean and rude to you. I think this is a divorce chant moment.
Sadly. She's trying to work with you, man.
Yeah.
You got to work with her. It sounds like you don't want to. You just want to keep eating your dino nuggets, which I don't know if I can make fun of him anymore for that. Can we?
I don't think the problem is like him eating the dino nuggets. Like that's like a thing, you know, like when you have your own special food sometimes.
Yeah.
But like the fact that when she tried to help him and try to, you know, be there for him and like lead him onto a healthier track, he just started lying to her.
That is what happened.
Yeah.
I'll make fun of his lying then.
Yeah. Make fun of him because he's a liar. OP says, there are so many more comments than I anticipated. I'm trying to at least read through most of them, although I think I'm past my emotional ability to reply. I'm really shocked at how overwhelmingly supportive people are being. Thank you. I'm going to be discussing divorce with a lawyer. I don't know how to bring it up with him, but I'm past the point of caring. You're all right. I dread coming home to him in the evenings. I dread if he will miraculously want to talk. This isn't healthy for either of us. At the very least, some time apart will be good. That's all for now. I don't think I'll update past this, as I'm already uncomfortable with how quickly this blew up, but I will be living elsewhere by the end of the month.
Oh.
OP.
Dang.
I'm sorry. This is really rough.
Yeah.
That's really rough. No, I don't think that's on. This is not
It's
on
not.
you.
It's not like
It's not on you. You did your best.
you really did your best.
Yeah.
You feel upset and you wanted to voice that and he didn't want to hear you, and that's on him.
Yeah. First, you guys, what do you think OP should do? Should they get divorced? Do you think that there was another way she could have gone about this?
Yeah, what should OP do?
What should OP do? That's for you. And then Riley, what do you think OP should have done differently? Do you think she did everything she could?
I think she's doing what she can.
Yeah.
Just divorce.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Unfortunately, at this point, I think it is divorce. I think there were a lot of red flags.
Oh, yo, what's that?
What's that in my head?
What do you got there?
This is a little merch we're releasing. I don't wear hats, but for you guys, and because this hat is so cool, I'm wearing a hat.
Aw.
And I'm covering my hair.
That's so nice.
Yeah, I know. Kind of a saint. But this hat is super cool and we're releasing it. I don't really know anything about the
Yeah, they
merch.
haven't told us anything.
Yeah, well, we don't know anything about it.
They just said, wear this hat, Sophia.
They said, wear this hat. And I said, okay, I'll wear it.
She first said, I don't wear hats. And they said, I don't care, wear this hat.
That is true. That's what I said. I don't wear hats, but you know, I'm wearing it for you.
Check it out. Go to our socials.
Yeah.
But Sophia, I feel like you have another thing for us.
Story time.
Oh yeah, an okay story time.
What did I have?
Oh, another story for us.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do have an okay story time.
Yeah, we have
I'll
an
make
okay
it
story
short.
time. Yeah. Pause.
So I was with an old friend and we were talking about my reading disorders.
Yes.
Because in elementary school, I would, during recess, go with a teacher and read things because I wasn't really good at reading.
Mm-hmm.
So I would spend all the time reading different things and there were a lot of whatever. And I thought it was normal. I mean, I didn't think it was normal, but I tried to think it was normal. Like all the other kids were playing outside and I was like reading.
Yeah.
Halfway, I got to go half of recess was reading. Anywho, fast forward after my college career, I take this dyslexia test. Turns out,
Like online? Just an online
like
test.
all the things that I feel and symptoms when I read, I have a mild thing of dyslexia or some form of dyslexia. And I did not know this until after college.
Oh my God.
And it feels like useless information.
Yeah, because when you were in college, you could have gotten the little
Could have been like, can I get
OSD.
an extra
That's what
30
they call these. Yeah.
professor?
Yeah.
But no.
That sucks.
Everyone studied for 30 minutes. It took me 2 hours. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
And Riley is super strong now. That's why they call him Big Protein.
Big protein.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for telling that story, Riley.
You're welcome.
Live your truth. Everyone out there, live your truth. Get diagnosed. Stigmas are stupid.
Yep, but you know what's not stupid? This next story you're gonna read.
My ex of 8 years is trying to rejoin my friend group. What should I do? Riley, what do you think?
OP should eliminate the threat.
Yeah.
Eliminate the problem and get your friend group back.
Yeah, those are your friends. No one else's.
The trick is you have to do it legally and she still has to be live. So
what are you suggesting?
I don't know. Just get rid of her if that's what you want.
Get rid of her. Interesting advice from Riley. Anyway, there's only one way to find out.
Spill that tea.
All right. So Throw RA192 says, me and a girl who I will just call Jessica were a couple for 8+ years and engaged for 3+ of them. I met her through a mutual friend in my group of friends. We ended up hitting it off pretty quickly as our dorky, nerdy hobbies align really well. I personally fully expected to marry this person and spend the rest of my life with her. In early 2016, her job offered her an amazing opportunity to temporarily work 4 months in the company's satellite office in New Zealand. She was an environmental engineer to temporarily manage and lead a new team. That's sick. That's a sick place to go. It was very sudden and I was really not happy with the idea, but she really wanted this chance and opportunity, so off she went. I flew out to visit her after 2 months. Only when I arrived at the airport, I got a text message from her. The message was short and more or less consisted of, she was sorry, but after thinking it through, she thinks it would be best if we went on our separate ways from now on.
Whoa.
After he got to the airport?
Dude, I don't even know where he's from, but whatever set of hours that you were on that plane and then you get to the airport, you could.
That's, oh my God.
Send it before he leaves.
Yeah. Like presumably he had said he was flying. Like that's not a thing you do on a whim usually.
No.
Oh my God. No.
The amount of money.
Oh God. She then completely blocked me on almost every single form of social media, cell phone, etc. I was confused, devastated, and became an absolute wreck. I remember completely breaking down in Auckland Airport. I spent the next 4 days living at a motel, basically trying to get into contact with her in any shape or form. She had apparently blocked everyone of her circle of friends. Even her close friends from our circle of friends were shocked, confused, and basically lost. Even her parents were extremely confused when I called them. Her dad, who I was extremely close with, we coached Pee-wee hockey together and played a lot of beer league for hockey together, refused to believe it at first.
Yo.
That's, yeah, I feel like something else is going on.
What do you got? What are you feeling?
Okay. I think that, there we go. Okay, it's balancing. Conspiracy theory. Oh, just imagine that it's there. Conspiracy theory, there is a little aluminum foil hat on my head. Anyway, I think that she joined New Zealand's version of FBI and she had to go no contact with everyone.
FBI?
Yeah, but whatever the FBI is in New Zealand.
You have to go no contact through FBI?
I don't know. Maybe she was going undercover.
What if it was, I could believe the army.
The army.
The New Zealand army. Like she was like a secret operative.
She's a secret operative for New Zealand because everyone knows New Zealand's military is super active.
Because it's secret.
It's secret. No one knows about it. Anyway, let's read on. I was a mess for a solid year, but my close circle of friends managed to drag me out of my hellish hole along with some therapy. Her best friends became close friends to me. And about a year ago, she invited some of her old friends to her wedding. What? Among a bunch of other people from our group. No one went. I quickly found out, which hurt me even more. Whoa. Wait, like a year later, she just got married?
Wait. Like her best friends became close friends to me. About a year ago, she invited some of her old close friends
to her wedding.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
So there must have been another guy.
Yeah, like maybe she like met this other guy in New Zealand, this New Zealand guy, and she was like, I gotta drop everyone in my old life.
Dang.
I've got to start over in New Zealand completely.
Yeah, that's definitely what she did. Yeah, and she did not do it the right way.
No, not the right. That was not the right way at all. Anyway, over a year ago, I started dating one of her old friends, as me and her had gotten close over the last 2 years. She felt quite hurt when Jessica basically ghosted her. Unfortunately, there was some awkwardness because she fully knew I was not fully over my ex, but she has been supportive and amazing person, and I am extremely happy with her. Life was going great for me.
Oh, nice.
That's good. I'm glad that there's some happy times. And also, I thought that the ex had gotten married like within a year, but it seems like it's been at least a couple years.
Yeah.
So maybe not cheating or anything, but just still.
There was another guy involved.
Something happened. Something crazy happened, and she left her old life behind. Then, in December, Jessica apparently moved back home after divorcing a few months after getting married. it does not seem like Jessica can stay in a relationship. I mean, I guess she was with OP for like 8 years.
And then with this dude for
a year.
A year or 2 years. Oh yeah, she was with OP for 11 and then with this guy for 2.
So
Whoa, 11 years?
11 years and then just like ghosting.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. No, I forgot about that too until I remembered it right now. 11 years and then just leaving someone and then getting together with someone for a year.
Yikes.
I feel like something's going on.
Yeah.
Something's going on. I don't know much and I don't want to know. However, she's making this hugely concentrated effort to reconnect with people in our friend group, which is resulting in some very conflicted feelings for some people. Last week, I found out that Jessica and some of my friends have started playing D&D.
What is up with these D&D stories?
There's so many D&D stories and I love it.
I have never heard a D&D story until you have.
They're drawn to me because I love D&D. Last week, I found out that Jessica and some of my friends have started playing D&D, which frankly made me feel like shit. Part of me just wants to move on from this, but I'm struggling hard. While my significant other has been extremely supportive, I just feel numb and don't really know what to do. Today, Jessica sent me a long Facebook message, basically apologizing to me for what she did and asked to be friends. An 11-year relationship and then you just leave for New Zealand and break up with your partner. I don't think I could be friends after that. Like, I think there are some situations where you can be friends with your ex, but I don't think this is one of them.
Yeah, no, not a Facebook message either.
No, that's bad. I didn't respond and blocked her. I told my SO and I just felt like I was going to break down. Right now, my SO is saying she's worried about me and keeps asking me what do I want to do. My SO confessed that Jessica had sent her a similar message a few weeks ago and she told her off. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I can't order my friends to not be friends with her. I just feel like a mess and I'm struggling with this as I feel like I'm a teenager dealing with stupid drama again.
Is she moving back?
Yeah, is she still in New Zealand? How are they? No, she must be home because they're playing D&D unless they're doing it online.
Here's my conspiracy. They live in a small town and there are not many people of their age range there. And she's moving back. She's like, you know what? I messed up. I need to get them all back together. And she's like, she realizes how much of a mess up she had because she had a quarter life crisis or whatever life crisis she had. She's like, I want to take it all back and be friends with everyone. Rainbows, sunshine, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
But it ain't happening.
Nope.
It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't happening. This isn't Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated where the gang gets back together.
Nope.
Anyway, there's an update. Woo! Thank you all for your wonderful support. Anyways, I have tried my best to follow everyone's advice. I sat down with my SO and explained to her how awesome she is and explained how I don't have any romantic feelings for my ex at all. All I really have is a lot of painful and hurtful memories. I also asked her, what should I do? And she suggested I respond and tell her off to get some closure of some degree. So I did that. I told her, 1, I don't want to be friends anymore. 2, I want nothing to do with her. 3, I explained how badly she hurt me. And 4, I'm happy right now and I just want her to leave me and my friends alone. As you should. She took it well, apologized one more time, and then basically said goodbye forever. That was honestly a huge load off my shoulders. I then went and told our group of friends and explained how much she hurt me and how I would rather we not start adding her to our gaming sessions, etc. Unfortunately, I ended up losing a bunch of friends and have irreparably caused a lot of damage to our friend group. Many of them sided with me, but a bunch of them took the stance of, you have no right to tell me who I can be friends with, among other complaints. A few people were very angry and told me I am a terrible person as my ex is trying to repent and deal with the pain of her divorce. It was confusing and frankly just made everything more of a mess. Your friends are not nice, OP.
Yeah.
That's, again, this was an 11-year relationship and then she just ghosted you. Like,
you're basically married.
You were basically married. Like, there's not really a difference at that point. Well, how were your friends there for you when that, when she went away? Because it seems like they're like caring about the divorce, but that was like a year.
Yeah, that was no time.
That was a year in her life and you were 11 years. That's not cool. D&D group is for cool people only. And it seems like right now she's being like, this ex is being more mature than a lot of his friends. That's not cool. You should be supportive, friends. OP, you're in the right. You're not a terrible person. In the end, a bunch of us ended up getting booted out of our FF14 free company, which then my SO ended up kicking out a bunch of people from our Discord. This SO sounds really great. I like this person. I don't really know what is going to happen, but it really hurt to see some people I have known for years and even helped me get through it the first time suddenly take her side. Yeah. Like these, okay, so it's good that they were there for him, for OP the first time.
Yeah.
But now they're like switching up. I totally get OP and being like, I don't want her. Like, I can't be around her.
You just choose not to be around her, which is totally fine.
OP's friends can still go hang out with her if they so choose. choose, but just don't invite her to the D&D sessions.
Yeah. How many do you need for a D&D session?
How many what?
How many people do you need?
Oh, it ranges.
What's the lowest number and what's the highest?
I think the lowest probably to be fun would be like 3 people.
Okay.
Because you need like a party.
What's like chaotic numbers?
Around like 5 or 6 is like a good number.
Okay.
And then it gets a little bit too crazy after that.
Okay. I'm just assuming how many friends they have.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't played that many on my own.
Oh, nice. She's a noob.
I'm a noob.
Oh, speaking of your D&D journal, dude, that thing was so cool. She had a whole journal dedicated to D&D, and like there were pictures, very concise notes. I'm huge on notes. I like how notes look.
I like notes.
Nice handwriting. There was a picture of, what was the picture of?
Just one of the characters in the campaign.
It was very detailed. They had a map. Yeah, it was super cool. Super neat.
Yeah. Wait, did we have a story time?
That was it.
Oh, that was the story time.
Oh, that was okay story time we had.
Okay, story time. I play D&D and I have a D&D journal to keep track.
I don't know if this is nerdy or not, but I'm trying to be nice about it.
Oh, thank you. We've learned from past Reddit stories that you shouldn't make fun of people's D&D obsessions.
Yeah, just like from where back in the South, if I said I played D&D.
It's like Stranger Things. You get bullied.
Yeah. It's still stuck in that time frame.
Stigmatized. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
D&D is so fun and everyone should play it.
It looks nice.
I feel like this is just going to become a thing where I just talk about D&D every solo session.
Yeah.
Maybe the new OKOP gaming channel is me playing D&D.
By yourself? Can you play by yourself?
No, I get people.
Oh, yeah.
I have friends.
Dude, good for you.
Thank you so much. I've got at least 6 friends.
You can play D&D then.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Perfect. I accidentally broke up my friend's relationship, but I didn't even know that they were dating anyone. Am I the a-hole? What do you think, Riley? First impressions.
I mean, if you cock blocked them, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever cock blocked someone?
Probably. It's like a thing that a lot of people have had crushes on me, so I probably.
Whoa. So does that mean you've definitely had to cock block someone?
I feel like
hundreds.
Thousands. Millions.
Whoa.
Anyway, there's only one way to find out.
Spill that tea.
Okay. Oh, this is an OKOP submitted story. Thanks, guys.
If you want to submit your story, go to our subreddit at r/OKOP show or call us at 440-508-6567. And let's get into this story.
Let's get in.
Yeah.
All right. This is from Manson's Chick. Manson's Chick says, I had an ex, Doug, who I had dated in 2012 and then was friends with benefits off and on for several years. He was diagnosed with desmoid tumors as a child and they had come back in 2013. What are desmoid tumors? Research Riley is on the job. That's your new nickname. You're Research Riley.
Research Riley. That has way more of a ring than Big Protein.
Alliteration.
Non-cancerous growths that occur in the connective tissue.
Okay. Whoever said that OKOP is not informative was wrong. We're learning new things every day. He was one of my best friends, so when he told me, I insisted on taking him to chemo infusion appointments and supporting him every way possible. I would talk to him on the phone nearly every day, and we would have dinner several times each week. I dated other people in this time, but nothing really stuck. I knew he was on dating apps, but he never told me about anybody he was seeing. In 2015, after his tumors grew to be over 20 pounds, oh my God, the doctors decided he needed to undergo surgery. I'm so sorry about that. I took the day off work, drove him to his appointment, and waited for him to be done. The surgery to remove some of his tumor was over in a couple of hours. His mom was there and I was there to support her and him. He got out of surgery and was quickly processed through to an inpatient room. That sounds like OP, you sound like a good friend.
Yeah.
You sound like a cool person.
Friends with benefits and friends that take them to the hospital.
Friends with all the benefits. Anyway, I spent as much time as possible with him at the hospital, going after work every day and for several hours on the weekends. In the following weeks, he would have visitors, mostly his mom, but he did have a handful of others. For one, he asked me to leave the room for their visit, so I did. The next visitor was Sarah. Doug did not ask me to leave the room for her visit, so I sat nearby reading while she was there. They talked for about 30 minutes. She had brought him gifts and they were having a grand old time. He had not told me anything about her, so I had no clue she was different. When she left, they kissed, but it felt uncomfortable, like they were nervous, so I assumed there was a crush, but nothing serious going on yet. They kissed.
She brought him gifts.
She brought him gifts and they kissed.
They hung out for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry, OP. That's.
Hey, we're recording.
Sam, you're ruining it. He keeps
time.
coming in. Wait,
Hey,
Riley, can you give a recap?
Oh yeah. So OP accidentally broke up a friend's relationship.
Yeah.
because they didn't know that the friend was dating anyone. OP has taken the friend to the hospital.
Because they're undergoing like chemotherapy or something?
Yeah. And OP met her friend's girlfriend.
OP is finally figuring out the truth.
Yeah, but they said
low-key a homewrecker accidentally.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he catches on quick.
You're doing so well. But the last thing we heard was this girl, Sarah. She has just spoken to Doug, the friend, for 30 minutes. And then she had brought him gifts and they were having grand old time. He had not told me anything about her. So I had no clue she was different. When she left, they kissed, but it felt uncomfortable, like they were nervous. So I assumed there was a crush, but nothing more serious going on yet, which I think, yeah, there was a kiss. That's what I said. There was a kiss. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. After a month, Doug was released from the hospital. He went home to heal before eventually needing surgery again the next year, 2016, where he was hospitalized for 6 months. He was released from the hospital again, but was hospitalized due to complications of tumor growth pretty regularly from then on. In August 2018, he proposed to me. Oh, whoa, wait.
Whoa.
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what happened to the other girl?
During our engagement, I asked about Sarah and their relationship and whether they had been dating at the time.
Yeah.
He just laughed at me and said they were and made fun of me for never realizing.
And Doug's like, yeah, oh, Sarah, old news. That old hack, yeah, we were dating, but version 2.0 came along.
Wait, but I'm confused. He just, like, they weren't dating? He just proposed to her? No, to OP.
To Doug.
Doug just proposed to OP.
Out of the blue?
It seems like it.
Because, I mean, OP was taking more care of Doug than...
Well, because it seems like OP was like, what happened to Sarah?
It feels like they jumped from, like, deep friends to...
Well, they were friends with benefits.
Oh, they were friends.
Yeah.
So it seems like they jumped from friends with benefits to like marriage.
Yeah.
Which is not a jump you see often, except in rom-com. So this would be a really cute rom-com.
This is a really cute rom-com.
This is like 30...
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yes! It's like forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Except like in the hospital.
In the hospital.
I really hope that Doug's okay. Wait.
Maybe it's like The Big Sick.
I haven't seen that.
Neither have I, but I saw a trailer.
Liar. I'm glad I didn't realize, because if I had, we never would have had such a strong bond and I probably never would have married my best friend.
Aww.
It is a rom-com.
No, guys. He died.
Oh!
This is so sad. In October 2019, just 27 days after our hospital wedding, I'm still proud to be his wife. I'm going to cry. That's so sad. I'm so sorry, OP.
Oh my gosh.
This got really sad.
I came in on an emotional roller coaster. I wasn't ready to start tearing up.
I'm going to cry. I have tears. Wow.
I'm crying.
I'm so sorry, OP. I don't have anything funny to say about this because this is really sad. I'm really sorry for what you had to go through. You seem like a really great person. You were there for Doug every step of the way. And I'm glad that you didn't realize that Sarah and Doug were together, because even though it was really obvious, I'm glad you didn't realize, because it seems like you had something really special with Doug.
Yep. And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. I have nothing else to say about this. I'm so sorry, OP.
If you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.